Hello, BSTM and BSHM students. We are going to have another discussion on data analytics. This time, we are going to have a discussion on Module 3, Organizing Data Using Frequency Distribution Table. So this lesson discusses the systematic way of organizing raw data using a frequency distribution table. These are our learning objectives, so you can read it up. Skip na natin siya. These are our learning guide questions. These are the questions that we are going to answer at the end of this video. So why is it important to organize raw data? What are the steps in constructing a frequency distribution table? And what is the difference between a simple frequency distribution table and a relative frequency distribution table? Okay, so when conducting researchers must collect data relevant to the study. For example, yung isang researcher, he wants to determine the attitude of millennials towards the different health protocols imposed on restaurants and other food establishments. The researcher must ask the respondents how they feel towards each of the health protocols provided by LGU, IATF, or DTI to describe the situation in a way easily understood by the audience. Kasi kapag binigay niyo sa kanila yung raw data lang, hindi nila yun basta-basta maiintindihan. From the DIKW pyramid, we learn that data must be organized and given the proper context for us to get information out of it. So one of the many ways of organizing data is through the use of frequency distributions. So ano ba ang frequency distribution table or FDT? So it is the organization of raw data in table form. We are going to use classes and frequencies. It is the process of consolidating the raw data that is normally intended to interpret data. So another version of FDT, so we have F for frequency, D for distribution, and T for table. So another version of FDT is the relative frequency distribution table. In short, RFDT. Okay, ano ang RFDT or relative frequency distribution table? So the relative frequency distribution table is an FDT with an added column for percentages. So in short, extended version lang siya ng FDT. Dadagdagan lang natin siya ng isa pang column para sa percentages. Both qualitative and quantitative data can be represented using FDT and RFDT. For qualitative data, ungrouped, FDT and RFDT are used. For quantitative data with big intervals, we use grouped, FDT, and RFDT. Okay? So, start tayo dun sa first type. We have ungrouped, FDT, and RFDT for qualitative data. These are used for nominal and ordinal data. Meron tayo ditong isang example. So, katulad nung nasa introduction natin kanina. Halimbawa, yung isang researcher, gusto niyang malaman yung views or attitude ng mga millennials towards the different health protocols. Ito, isang health protocol lang yung i-example natin. So, the following data set contains the attitudes of millennials towards filling up of contact tracing form before entry on food establishments. For example, in this food establishment, isa sa mga protocols nila, no mask, no entry, and you have to fill up contact tracing form before ka makapasok sa kanila. So the data responses is ordinal in nature. So we have like, may, and dislike. So if you are in favor of filling up of contact tracing form for the safety of the consumers, like yung magiging sagot. Kapag neutral, wala kang pakialam kung magpapa-fill up sila or hindi. So you are going to respond with me. And then, kung ayaw mo yung pag-fill up ng contact tracing form, you are going to respond with dislike. So this is a poll type of survey. So we are going to create a frequency distribution to represent our data. So meron tayo dito respondents 1 to 15. Meron tayong 15 na tinanong. Tapos yung attitude nila towards filling up of contact tracing form are as follows. May, dislike, like, may, like, may, dislike. And from the 9th respondent to 15th, lahat sila nag-like. Now, meron tayong dalawang method na gagamitin. Meron tayong method number 1, manual tallying. Ayan, nakasulat po dito lahat ng mga steps na gagamitin ninyo, pati sa RFDT. Meron tayong 6 steps for manual tallying for FDT, tapos 3 additional steps for RFDT. Pero since ayaw natin ng ganyan, ayaw natin ng nahihirapan tayo, we are going to construct FDT and RFDT using method 2, instant FDT and RFDT generator. Ito po yung i-discuss ko dito sa video. Yung mga gusto po mag-manual tallying, detailed naman po yung steps dito, sundan nyo na lang. Pero yung gusto po ng instant, ito yung gagawin. So, step number 1, go to stats solver using the link. Punta tayo sa statssolver.com. Okay, ito po yung statssolver.com. Ayan, nilagay ko dito yung mga steps na susundin natin. Ito yung una, go to statssolver.com using the link. Pin-provide ko po siya sa module nyo. Number 2, select table and graph. Ito po yung table and graph. Ito yung dapat yung magiging susunod na window nyo upon clicking table and graph. Meron kayong box for enter values, box for choose one, and then yung ating decision na solve. Step number 3. On the enter values box, input your data separated by comma. So yung given natin na data kanina, balik tayo, may, dislike, like, may, like. So i-input natin yan separated by comma. Ito, nakalagay na dito yung prepared ko na data separated by comma. So, copy ko lang siya, Control-C. Kung mag-shortcut, copy, tapos dito, ipe-paste ko lang siya. Paste. Ayan. Step number 4, click the choose one box. So, ito po. Select frequency distribution. And then, click solve. Mababago yung laman ng window. Ito yung makikita nyo. Sa class, dislike, may 2 nagsagot ng dislike. Sa like, may 9 na nagsagot ng like. Sa me, or neutral, may 4 na nagsagot ng me. Total number of respondents is 15. So, to generate the RFDT, kasi meron na tayong FDT, again, babalik tayo sa choose one box. Ito po, yung pangalawang box natin. And then, we are going to select percent frequency. So, ito po. Meron diyang relative frequency, pero ang hahanapin natin ay percent frequency. And then, of course, click solve. Ayan. May extend po, magkakaroon tayo ng percent frequency and relative frequency. Sa dislike, meron tayong 0.133 in decimals, na pagka inilagay natin in form of percent will be 13.3%. Like is 0.6. Translate natin siya into percent, it is 60%. May, we have 0.267. Translate natin siya into percent, we have 26.7%. Total natin is 100. Ngayon, kung ano yung nakuha nyo dito, ayusin nyo pa yan. So, just edit the column headers and add percent symbols before submitting your work. You have to take note of this one. Huwag kayo basta-basta nagka-copy-paste na lang or nagpipicture nitong output, tas ipapasa nyo sa akin. Kasi meron po tayong sinusunod na format. Ano yung format na sinusunod natin? Ito, nakalagay siya dito sa manual tallying. Look at your data set and list the groups in the first column. Look for natural order when enlisting your data, if there is any. So, follow the order. In our given example, meron po tayong order kasi ito ay ordinal in nature. Pwede natin siyang i-arrange mula sa mababa papataas or mataas papababa. So, yung like, me at saka dislike, we know that me should be in between or pagitan ng like at dislike. Dapat nasa gitna siya. Kasi ito ay agree, ito ay neutral, tapos ito ay disagree. Pwede rin naman pabaligtad. Dislike muna yung nasa unahan, me yung nasa gitna, at saka like yung nasa dulo. Ngayon, kung magko-construct po tayo ng frequency distribution, mula dun sa nakuha nating output kanina, ito, nakasulat siya dito, dislike yung nasa unahan. Ayan. Dun sa example natin kanina, dislike po yung nasa unahan yan, followed by like and me. Pero, hindi natin to pwedeng gamitin instantly. So, dapat like muna yung nasa taas, followed by me, and then dislike. So, aayusin nyo siya this way. So, from our generated values, una si like, may 9 na nag-like, me, may 4, dislike, may 2. And then, yung relative frequency natin, for like, it corresponds to 60% of the respondents. Meron tayong 26.7%, and dislike, meron tayong 2 or 13.3%. Total natin, we have 15 or 100%. Okay? So, ganun lang po yun. I-generate nyo siya instantly using stat solver. And after that, aayusin nyo yung output according to its natural order. Follow nyo lang yung natural order niya. I hope that was clear kasi yung susunod naman natin i-discuss, we have the grouped frequency distribution table. I think isa-separate ko na lang yung video for the grouped frequency distribution table. So, wait for the next video. Thank you very much for listening and see you next time. Bye!